Hi, parents and caregivers. I needed to let you guys know something before this episode begins. Gabby and I filmed this a little while ago, before she went and got stuck in Ohio. And since then, Bluey has come out with brand new minisodes. I don't know how it could be even more of a minisode than their normal episodes, which are already pretty mini if you ask me. They've been absolutely amazing to watch, and I highly recommend that you watch them with your kids if you haven't done so already. Well, actually, finish watching this episode, hit subscribe, or give us a comment on what you want us to cover next, and then go be a kid with your kid. All right, that's it. Roll the tape.
Oh, hello, Rita. Hi, Johnny. Would you like to watch an episode of Bluey? Pardon? Bluey? Why, yes, I would love some baked beans. Whatever you say, Rita. Let's get started.
Hey, look which one I got. Look what I got.
Here, Elizabeth, go choose a pretty color that you like.
Welcome to Watch Like a Kid.
A podcast where we watch your kid shows so you don't have to.
We are your hosts, Diane and Gabrielle.
So come, be a kid with us. Hi, Gabby.
Hello.
Welcome to Watch Like a Kid. And we are back to Bluey.
Back to Bluey, baby. We did not realize the whirlwind that Bluey was going to be.
Launched us straight out of TikTok jail.
We're about to be on Drew Barrymore's show. We're almost there.
We're ready. We're ready to talk about Bluey. I absolutely became obsessed with Bluey after we watched it and covered it the first time.
Be honest, how much Bluey have you watched since the last time we've covered it?
A normal amount for an adult who doesn't have a child. So basically all of them?
All of them. Basically all of them.
Hey, I wasn't the one who bought the t-shirts.
Okay, listen. You know I'm a theme girly. I love a theme. I'm the one who at the beginning made us dress up every episode, but now Diane loves it too.
I'm here for it now with our cute little
We have Bluey
kid-size Bluey shirts.
Extra large, baby.
What is it? Extra large and extra in charge? Whatever that lyric is.
Extra large, and you can still tell they're children's shirts, but that's okay.
Yeah, and I have my dog ear hair.
I tried.
Bluey.
My hair's a little too long these
Got
days.
the little I
got the little. They're like bunnies.
Little
Although
bunnies.
I wanted to do the top ones because Bluey's their ears
their
go
ears
up.
are nice and pointy.
But my goodness, my hair is so long now that it just like drips down, and so we're a different dog breed.
It's tough to be a dog.
It's tough.
I have been a dog breed my whole life because of my last name.
Collie
Is
Oh,
the
goodness.
name of a dog. And I've just always I've always loved that. It's always been like a cute little fun fact.
Okay, well, we will. At Bluey creators, we need a spin-off show called Collie,
Yeah.
and the main character is Diane.
Yeah, can I come on the show?
She's practicing her child laugh.
Yeah, and my Australian accent. I'll just be the American visiting. I won't try to be.
Okay.
I'm
You'll
not
just
gonna-
like auntie who like moved to America and never quite got her accent back.
There are so many episodes, and since they're so short, you kind of like lose track of all of them.
Mhm.
So we decided to round up the top 5.
These are the top 5 as voted on by Australia. So
now as Americans, put it to the test if it actually is top 5.
top 5. Let's see.
So what is the 5th one?
So number 5. And Diane was really excited about this because the episode is called Grannies.
I need a pause. I absolutely... My favorite episodes are the ones where the kids are pretending to be grannies.
That was the first episode you watched was Ghost Basket, right?
Yes.
And they were doing that play where they're playing that they were grannies trying to buy the house.
And it is so cute because they have old lady names.
Janet and Rita, right?
Oh, Rita! It gets me every time. Every time Blue that they say it. And they walk around and they like hit their parents with like their purse, like their old grannies.
Yes, I think the kids just like playing granny so they can hit their parents without any repercussion. Just
That's absolutely true. Absolutely. I love that it's also, they go back to it. So I thought that was like the first, because it was the first episode I watched, I thought that was like the first time they were pretending to be grannies. And then when we did top 5, you were like, grannies episode.
Multiple grannies episodes. So Australia, y'all also love the granny episodes.
It is so cute and adorable. They wear they wear their little scarf or blankets, and they get these glasses, and they decide like what kind of granny you can be.
I just love also the parents just go with it. Like when at one point in the episode, I think Bluey or someone is asleep on the floor, and the mom doesn't call her Bluey. The mom's like, Janet, you have to get up.
Get up, Janet. I love it. So in this one, they actually they're trying to go to the store, right? Mm-hmm. And then they, for some reason, they think old ladies eat baked beans.
It's all about the baked beans.
All about the baked beans.
It's really cute.
I can't get over how cute it is.
It's really cute.
And they're so in that episode is super cute because it shows about how when they really get into play, like Bluey is all about the rules of play. Yes. Such older sibling behavior. Yes. And then Bingo is like, oh, but can I like floss? Like the dance, y'all remember the dance move, flossing? Are the kids still doing it? I remember when that
was everywhere.
Everywhere.
But Bluey's like, Bingo, grandmas don't floss. So no, you can't do that. But Bingo can't help it. She's a flossing dog.
She's like, I want to be a granny and floss.
So they call their grandmas up on the phone.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to get them to floss, and the grandmas, of course, the grannies can't do it. And so then Bluey's like, see, grannies can't floss. And Bingo gets sad, which I'm starting to see as a pattern in Bluey. Bingo is sad like every episode.
Honestly, though, it's the little things that'll set a 4-year-old off. And then they bounce happy again.
And that's what happens here, because Bingo goes to the mom and is like, you know, I don't explains what's going on, and the mom is like, well, do you want to be right or do you want to play with your little sister? And Bluey goes, can't I have both?
No. Mom's like, no, you can't.
So Bluey gets this idea to call the grandparents back up and teach the grandparents how to floss so that she can show Bingo, actually, I'm wrong. Grandparents can floss. And Bingo so forth is like, yay! And then Bingo gets to be a flossing grandma.
I had to reteach Gabby how to floss. For me, it was like muscle memory.
We're gonna put it on the socials because it was hilarious. It was because I don't really have a lot of coordination. It's interesting because I took ballet when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, and I've been told I have good lines. Y'all dancers can tell me what that means. But everyone thought I was gonna be a dancer. Literally everyone, and turns out I just don't have the coordination for it. I can't even ride a bike. I had to like teach myself to ride a bike last summer, and it was rough.
You got it down though.
I
Flossing,
did.
not the biking. We'll work on the biking.
We'll work on that.
Maybe I'm sure there's a Bluey episode on them learning how to ride bikes. So maybe Bluey can teach you.
Bluey she has got all the rules down, so she'll be like, Gabby, you're gonna fall if you do that. So please don't
wear a helmet.
Oh yes.
All right. So number 4.
That episode was season 1.
Okay.
This is number 4. Is Sleepy Time. It's in season 2.
Oh, right. That one was so...
this one made her cry.
Guys, I'm sorry. It's like, because in our research, we found that they do original scores for every episode.
They, like, don't repeat the score. Like, they do a different score every time.
So when it gets to, like, a serious moment, it is, like, this whole orchestra sounding composition that is just like belongs in like a movie, not in a 7-minute kids episode.
It was beautiful, and I almost teared up too. I almost did.
For this one, Bingo is going to try to sleep in her bed the whole night instead of going to mom and dad's bed. So they say goodnight. Mom reads a book about outer space and is like, okay, good night, and she says, yes, you can try to be big girl and sleep in your bed, but I'm also always here for you when you need it. So Bingo goes to sleep. Bluey's out. Bluey's like, you know what? Good night. Yeah. I'm not tired.
Yeah.
And so Bingo starts sleepwalking. Mm-hmm. In this dreamland. She's in outer space with her floppy, like her little bunny rabbit stuffy. And so she ends up going to mom and dad's room and waking them up. Bluey wakes up, which honestly, this has happened to me in real life with the kids I nanny. The mom kind of senses a presence, opens her eyes, and Bluey's just
there with a cup.
Can I have some water? Why do
Can I
I
have
sound
some
like
water?
the granny?
Yeah, I can only do Australian with his granny. Bluey ends up just staring at her mom in bed, being like, "Can I have some water?" Mom's like, "Oh my god!" And then she comes back, and Bluey took her spot.
Yes. And so now she has to sleep in Bluey's bed, or sorry, Bingo's bed.
Yeah, and so she's all cold and everything.
Oh no,
Bingo-
Bluey's bed.
It's in Bluey's bed, yeah. But Bingo starts sleepwalking and joins in the bed, and it's so funny because Bingo gets in between Bluey and her dad, and so they start fighting over the sheets.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bingo thinks it's part of the dream and everything, and then she starts like hitting things in her dream, and it ends up slapping her dad.
So her dad just like moves to the floor. He's like, I can't do this.
But the dad starts yelping, and that's what gets me. The
Yeah.
dad's sleeping. He goes, "Ow, ow, ow." Bluey kind of like enters the dream and is kicking the dad, and it's just
He like at one point he like takes Bingo back to her bed, and then on his way back, Bluey's like sitting on the toilet. Daddy, can you sing to me?
and then Bluey's like half asleep, so he's like 99 bottles of things on the wall. They both kind of start falling asleep again. Bluey on the toilet, Dad sitting on the floor. And it's so accurate. I'm like, these parents get no rest. Meanwhile, the mom is like cold in bed, and Bingo's just like launching everywhere. She loses her stuffy like in the hallway, so in her dream the stuffy goes away, and suddenly Bingo is cold.
Yeah.
And Bingo feels alone, and then that's when I start crying, because then all of a sudden like, she sees like the sun and is launched towards it, and she
feeling
thinks
warmth again.
and she hears her mom saying, "I'm always gonna be there whenever you need me." And I literally was like, I bet the sun is the mom, and Bingo sleepwalked into bed with mom.
The mom is like over.
The mom is like
Bingo.
curled up over Bingo.
No, because like the Bingo was like crying in her sleep, so the mom actually got
In
out
Bingo's
into
bed.
Bingo's bed, and like it was really cute.
Yeah, because
Um,
Bingo's sleeping and just like pawing at the air and whimpering like a dog whimper.
Like a
and I was like,
dog.
oh, it's so cute. And so eventually they kind of all get them sort of back to bed-ish. But it was that was
Very
one of my
cute.
favorites.
That's
That
very
that
cute.
should have been like number 2.
Well, we're only on number 3. So number 3 though was your favorite, if I stand corrected. Granny Mobile.
Yes. What season was that one?
That was season 3.
This one was probably the top tier Granny episode.
Top tier Granny. They have a garage sale, or how do they say it?
Garage.
Garage sale.
Garage.
And there's this kid. I don't know.
Their friend is hanging out with
Okay.
them.
And she wants to play Granny, but we don't know how. There's only so many Grannies you can be, and so they come up with Grouchy Granny. And so she's got the scarf over her head. and
A
it's
tiny
really
little
grouchy.
granny purse.
Yeah.
And just goes full method acting.
She was hitting every adult with her purse.
Full
Sunny.
and at one point they're like, how much is the mobile like mobile like
Yeah.
cart thing?
That
They
like
called it
that
a,
old people like sit on.
we call it a scooter, but they were like a mobile, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right. And so they're playing with each other, and Grouchy Grandma is like, oh, it's like $900 or
Even
whatever.
though the sign
money
says
is.
300.
And so Bingo gets out and she's like, all right, let me count my coins.
coins.
1,
And she like pauses for a very long time.
2. I was like, oh no, I dropped my coins.
It's just literally, it's so funny because it's so accurate.
And then a real granny comes along, a pug.
Oh, awful.
Oh,
Awful grandmother.
she is.
She's the true
Grouchy
grouchy
Granny.
grandma. OG.
She was being mean to the
To the dad,
to the
to the
adults.
child, like everybody, telling the dad he needs to lay off the
lay off the biscuits.
biscuits.
And he goes, hey, you told me I looked good.
Yeah.
So the dad is like not paying attention. He's like in the mirror being like, what if it's water weight?
And meanwhile, because Kid is a method actor,
Kid is method.
Kid is on the scooter because the real grouchy grandma wants the scooter to buy the
Mhm.
scooter, and the kid grouchy grandma's like $900. Grandma's like, well, it says 300 on the sign. The kid throws the sign and goes 900.
And the lady who was actually having the garage sale, she was struggling the whole episode to charge people money. She was just like, well, how much do you want to pay for it?
And literally everyone was like $2.
yeah, and they're like, you're not going to be able to save up enough money for this vacation you want. Meanwhile, this
This
little
kid.
kid is just like 900 or
900.
walk baby.
Not budging.
And so the granny is like, thinks that she's also an old granny, I guess. So she's like telling the actual adults, like, get out of the way. This is between me and her. Doesn't realize it's a child. And then the child, she just starts raising 1,000, 1,200, and some lollies.
And the grandma does it. The real grouchy grandma buys the scooter for $1,200.
Plus
and
$2 a pop for each lolly. 18 lollies.
Which apparently suck anyway. They're not even good.
But it was hilarious. They're like, okay, no, that's a little too high. Let's 1,200, take it or leave it.
It's so cute. And then, the person who's in charge of the garage sales tells the kid, like, you can get whatever you want because, like, I'm going on vacay because of you. So the kid picks a little towel.
Look, just a little tea towel.
Ties it around her neck, and now she's super granny.
Super granny. Because she was kind of getting tired of being
She
grouchy
didn't want to
granny.
be, she really didn't want to be grouchy granny, even though she was really good at
I think
it.
she realized, like, method acting takes a toll on you.
Yeah, it wears you out. You gotta
Really.
Mm-hmm.
That was, honestly, I was laughing the entire time. With, like, the parents, and then the actual granny, and then the kid grannies, and then Rita and Janet are just hanging out and having a ball.
Yeah, they're like laughing. This whole like interaction between grouchy grandma and real grouchy grandma, they're like literally laughing in the corner like the whole time.
Died.
So good.
I would 100% recommend this one. This one was my favorite.
Granny Mobile is a good time, for sure. So now we're on number two
Number 2.
of the top 5, according to Australia.
This one was a bit of a tearjerker.
It really was. It's season 2, and it's called Baby Race.
And it's a heartfelt episode. These top 2 are heartfelt ones.
Heartfelt.
They're not like
not
grannies.
as funny.
They're not
well,
as
actually,
funny.
Baby Race is kind of funny because it's about Bluey as a baby.
Which is
Bluey, adorable. Bluey is on the monkey bars and it's like, I'm better the monkey bars than Bingo, aren't I, Mama? And Mom's like, well, you are 2 years older than Bingo. And then Bluey's like, well, I'm better than is it judo?
I think so.
I'm better than judo, right? And Mom's like, you're just as good as judo. And then Bluey's like, well, I'll be better than judo, right? And then she's like, yeah, maybe someday. She's like, but am I better today? And
Right now.
it just kept going like judo. But
That could go on forever until you tell the kid you are the best thing ever.
literally, Bluey was like, I need you to tell me that I am the greatest dog alive. Like,
I
that's
need
what
some
I need
affirmation
right now.
Right now.
And Mom was like, let me tell you a story about when I needed the same thing, which was interesting. Like, interesting play on it.
Because you think when it starts out, you think it's going to be a cutesy thing about Bluey progressing and growing up, but really it's about the mom. Before, and then it's so funny because they start the story and then Bingo's like, where was I? And she's like, oh, you just weren't a thing. And she goes, yeah, like you weren't born yet.
I'm invisible.
Yeah, Bingo's like, oh, I was invisible. I was like, accurate. Love it.
So
Bluey's
mom is at a mom group.
Yeah.
Because Bluey's just been born.
And has a little diaper on. It's cute.
So cute. And I guess Judo, right? The one that Bluey was like, I'm better than monkey bars, right?
A poodle.
Yes, poodle.
Of
is
course.
an advanced doggo because was the first to sit up straight. Judo was the first to crawl. Judo was the first to walk, etc. And Bluey was just kind of delayed in all of those things. And
Butt crawled a lot.
Crawled in this weird way. Well, butt shuffled.
Butt shuffled. Yes,
We'll have to maybe put
butt
like
shuffle.
a picture or something about it.
Everyone has seen a dog butt shuffle. It's a thing for
I did
dogs.
not know what butt shuffling was.
I don't know if real babies do it, but I know I've seen a dog do it.
Butt shuffled, which was embarrassing for the mom because the kids were at crawling stage by then and Bluey was not.
And then Bluey starts crawling backwards.
Going backwards. And at this point, they go back and forth between telling the story and like Bluey and Bingo's reactions to the story. And Bingo goes, Blue, you were not winning this baby race, Bluey. Like, you were not doing a very good job.
Babe.
But it was cute because the whole time Bluey was like, oh, was I like doing something wrong? And the mom was like, no, I thought I was doing something wrong. Like, you were trying to do things for the first time, but I thought I was doing something wrong.
It's because Bluey out of the group was the first to sit up and roll over. Bluey was the first to roll over at a supposedly early developmental age. And so Bluey's mom was like, oh, she's gonna be so advanced, she's gonna be sitting up and crawling, and set these like expectations. And she was in the mommy group and everyone was so impressed, and it's so nice to be like, yeah, my kid, look how great they're doing. And then Bluey didn't progress like as fast as she had started with rolling over. And so the mom got really discouraged because she's like, am I doing something wrong? Because she was reading, she was trying to like get Bluey to want to crawl or getting her excited about walking. So she honestly left the mom group.
Yeah, because she was just like really, and honestly, that's such a, I feel that for moms. Like, I feel like there's a lot of mom shaming, and like you're always comparing yourself to other moms. You're always stressed out about.
It feels like it's a race, especially when they're babies and there's not as much to show for. Like, you can't show report cards. You can't be like, they're in this dance recital.
And it's your first kid, so you're just like, I don't want to mess this kid up. So it was really sweet. The poodle mom comes over, and of course, the mom's like, I'm so sorry, the house is a mess, and blah, blah, blah. Poodle mom sits down, shows the mom that she actually has like 8 or 9.
Or 9?
she's not quite sure. Kids. And looks at Bluey's mom and says, you're doing great. And it was a very sweet
this is
moment.
your first kid, and you're killing it.
Yeah, and Bluey's mom starts crying. It was really sweet.
And then she's like crying while she's telling the story too and stuff. And so what got me was the end, because Bluey goes, well, when did I start? Or actually Bingo goes, well, did Bluey ever start walking?
Which
I'm like,
was funny because we see, come on, Bingo.
Obviously.
Bluey's walking right now.
And so the mom is just like, yes, absolutely. Of course, it was in the kitchen. And they're both like, what do you mean? Why in the kitchen? And so it shows Bluey's mom in the kitchen, and she's washing dishes, and Bluey is like sitting, crawling around behind her, and then reaches on the counter, slowly picks herself up, and starts like doing that whole wobble. And Bluey's mom kind of senses something, turns around and sees it, and Bingo in this little voiceover goes, well, maybe Bluey was walking towards something that she really wanted.
And it was the mom. I think that Diane like gets choked up about the mom scenes, because like in Sleepy Time it was the mom scene again where she was like, I bet her mom is the son.
It's because I was a full-on daddy's girl growing up. Like, my dad would play a bunch of sports with me, and like if I got a scrape or something, he would like patch it up, because my mom was like, blood. Ew, I don't do that. But when I was a baby, my mom always told me that I was so obsessed with her that I would follow her everywhere. She would be in the grocery store, and I would sit on her feet. And I would refuse to let her leave. I would apparently crawl into the shower with her, fully clothed, and sit on her feet. Just comfortable, just not doing anything but sitting on her feet, staring at her. So Bluey just really, like, I mean, I don't have those memories, but like when my mom would tell me those things, like, it really reminds me of like Bluey. Oh my god, I'm gonna tear up watching. It's just so cute.
This is when I'm like, moms, like I don't know what it's like, but I just feel like it must be so beautiful.
I know
it's a lot, but like,
I know Mother's Day is already passed, but like Mother's Day should be every
Mother's
day.
Day.
Happy Mother's Day. And I love that Dad is just like, I don't even know, doing his own.
Poor Dad this whole episode, stubbing his toe every 5 seconds. It's like, is it a baby race or a dad race? Because his dad was not doing well this episode.
Dad's like not even in this episode.
Oh,
but he is in the first one.
Yeah. So number 1, now Australia. We need to figure out why y'all like this episode so much. It wasn't bad, because there's no bad Bluey episode.
There is no bad Bluey episode.
But we were just kind of wondering. So if you could comment below if you're an Australia Bluey kid and mom, parent, whatever, let us know.
Yeah. And tell us if you agree.
Yes. Because the number 1 voted on episode by Australia was in season 3, and it was an episode called Cricket.
Now, given I own a cricket bat, for what reason? I thought it was cool. I was in the UK. I thought it was cool. My parents live there. And so I bought a vintage cricket bat that was signed. I don't even know who by, but I was like, it's got to be someone famous. And so it's decoration. However, Gabby and I don't know a thing about cricket. And at first I was like, well, maybe that's why we didn't quite resonate with the episode. But to me, the episode was about a separate kid.
Yeah, because I was thinking, even if it was about baseball, I still wouldn't have really...
But it wasn't even about Bluey or Bingo.
No, it was about this dog named Rusty, who I think he's a grown kid. I think he's like 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
He like is the best cricket player ever. He's going to be a pro, but and it's about the dad like talking about it and telling the story about Rusty.
Right.
I was just like,
Rusty.
Who's
I mean,
that?
it was a very cute story. Like, his dad is deployed, and he's really sad, and he's working super hard. And there's like the dad and his brothers are like all trying to get him out in cricket, because then they said they'll go on lunch break after that kind of thing. And it is very heartwarming. I think it is a really good educational episode. A lot of these Bluey episodes are really good about imaginary play and just kind of fun, but this one has a really good point blank like message.
Yeah.
I just personally, it wasn't my favorite though.
It was my favorite, but it was cute, and it did the things see Bluey always does. Is at the end, they always get you at the end. Like if you can make it to the end, there's always something like really like poignant or really like you know how like it just sticks with you a little bit because they really land in the endings. And the end, the Rusty's little sister catches the ball, which I missed it, but you caught out at the beginning that she had said
there was a throw, like it's like present day, they're playing cricket, and then the dad is telling the story about how Rusty got so good at cricket. And there's one little flashback scene, and he's practicing, and the sister goes, oh, well, like, will you hit me a catch? Like, she wants him to bat so she can catch and get him out. And he's like, no, I'm almost at 50 points. I gotta, like, keep going and stuff. And he could have gone all day.
Right.
But at the end of the episode, he decided to hit it and do this like big pop fly, so it goes right to his little sister, so she catches it, and then she goes, oh, I got you out, I caught it. And he's like, yeah, that was actually a really good catch. Like, you got me.
It was really cute.
And it was just like, oh, it was so heartwarming, because like instead of winning or being the best or be like, yeah, I could do this all day, he was like, you know what, like, I've had enough, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I love at the end, I think it's a kind of like a foreshadowing or fast forward thing. At the very end, it shows Rusty walking off the course, supposedly, and like a professional cricket player who to me looks like Rusty's older self is passing by him.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, that's what that kid's gonna be.
Really cool.
He sees his future already. It ends heartwarming.
They always, man, the ending, even if it's just like a episode about play, there's always something in it at the end where you're like,
that just gets you.
It
makes me really wonder if it like gets kids in their feels as much as us. Maybe because we know more, we felt more, we're like resonates a bit. But I wonder if kids, they've got to feel that like heartwarmingness a bit. No,
I don't know. Maybe they just feel comfort.
Maybe like they don't quite know the emotion, but they tell us, like, if your kid does your kid notice that, or are they just like, that was a cute episode, or like, I love cricket, or or are they just on to the next one, or do they actually go, you know what, to me I feel like if I were a kid, I'd just feel like at peace. Or like you feel seen, but you don't know that's what you're feeling.
Oh yeah, there's something about like there's some magic in the show. Like every time we turn it on, it's like, I think it's why Diane likes to start her day with it. It's just like something like puts you in the right, it's like grounding. There's something grounding, but like in a really positive, comforting way.
It's like not, it doesn't even, I can't find the word for it.
Nurturing, maybe
because it's not like getting my mindset ready for the day or anything like that. It's not about like, I need to be productive. It's not even telling me I need to be positive or be better.
It feels like a meditation a little bit almost.
It feels like I'm a kid again, and I'm just getting a hug from my parents.
Yeah, honestly, it feels like the Lord. It feels like God. It feels like a prayer. The clouds.
It just feels like I'm being wrapped around in this warmth.
Yeah, it's a hug.
It's a warm, comfortable hug from someone or something that you just love.
That sees you.
Knows you, feels
you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And not in a condescending way at all.
Yeah. Even when I'm
ignoring the bad stuff.
Even when I'm in a good mood. It's still just like,
yeah, it's almost like no matter what mood you're in, it's gonna affirm that mood.
Mm-hmm. Wow. It does.
Wow. Bravo,
you
Bluey writers, honestly.
Can we write an episode for you guys?
We got some ideas.
Bluey crew out there, get us to Australia.
Let's go.
We've got some ideas for some American cameos.
Yeah. Definitely has to be a collie though. That's number one.
I want to be animated as a collie.
I'm not a dog girl. I don't know what I would be. What dog breed is like, I don't want to be around other dogs. What dog breed is that? I'll have to ask my friend is a dog trainer. I'm gonna have to ask her which dog breed that would be.
Yeah. What's y'all's favorite episode? Were any of these top 5?
Any of these also your top 5? Any of these that you're not really sure why it's in the top 5?
Because we
Let
know
us know
you. We
yours.
know you guys be watching Bluey like I am once your kid goes to bed or something.
We
We know. We know you snuck an extra episode or two in there.
And let us know
Don't-
what dog breed you would be, because maybe we'll write you in
Yeah.
to our episode.
Yeah, Gabby and I are gonna write an episode of a theoretical Bluey. Maybe they come to America on holiday or whatever. The grannies come.
We're definitely having grannies.
We're
in our
definitely
episode.
having grannies episode. So if you want to cameo in our fake Bluey episode, let us know. We'll write you in at Watch Like a Kid. And that's it. That's all. That's it. You guys have a great day.
That's not a unicorn. That's just a pony with pink hair.